And here we go, ready for the heavyweight title clash between Murat Gassiev and relatively unknown Peter Kadiru. Here are your tales of the tapes. Murat Gassiev, 32 years old, 6'4" with a 76-inch reach, fighting out of the orthodox stance. Kadiru, 29 years old, also 6'4", also 76-inch reach, also fighting out of the orthodox stance. So how did we get here? A lot happened for us to get to this moment. Originally, it was meant to be Murat Gassiev versus Tony Yoka. Tony Yoka pulled out with an injury, unfortunately. There was then a scramble for an opponent. The obvious thing to do was to move Joe Joyce up the card and put him in the main event. But that didn't happen. That probably weren't the obvious thing to do. The Russian who Joyce is fighting is actually also ranked by the WBA, so that was probably would have made the most sense. That also didn't happen, and somehow we landed on Peter Kadiru, who is unranked, relatively unknown, and I'm not sure why he's here, but maybe he could spring a shock and become a world champion, an outright world champion, as since Alexander Usyk vacated the titles, Murat Gassiev was bumped up to the full champion, and now it will be for the legit champion. So Peter Kadiru given an amazing chance to make history. Like I say, he's relatively unknown. I know he beat Senard Gashi in his last fight, which was... so we've got 2 10-7s for Gassiev in the first round there. But yeah, the Gashi victory has led him to a world title shot. I haven't really seen Gashi since Derek Chisora fought him all them years ago. I think he has popped up on a card or two. I'm not sure if that quite warrants the world title shot, but that's where we're at, and that's what we're going with. For Gassiev though, this is a step which now could lead to him getting a really big fight in his next one, and it will be interesting to see how the heavyweight landscape pans out after Usyk vacating the belts. Everything's been fragmented, but you know, like obviously Moses Atalma looks like he will go for the IBF title. Gerald Miller is the number 2 in the WBA, could be him. Vartan Ortorianian, that was a mouthful. Fellow Russian, could be a big fight in Russia. Nelson Heiser, that could be a fight. And then Filip Hrgovic. There's no real guys, apart from down in number 15. I've just noticed this. Rico Verhoeven. Could Rico another 2 10-7s for Gassiev in that round. So he now has a 12-point advantage heading into the third, building a nice lead over Kadiru. But this is much like we thought it would be. Gassiev controlling the fight, and I think he should get the job done fairly easy in this. Look quite convincing and really should be looking for a knockout, which may come as this fight goes on. But also, yeah, Tony Yoka ranked the 14th. That they could get that fight on again. But if Joe Joyce gets the win, because he is fighting Artem Selenkov on the undercard. Artem Selenkov, 14-0, big up-and-coming Russian heavyweight. I think the idea behind it is they're taking Joe Joyce out there to lose. That's what I believe the Russian mob will probably be thinking. But I think Joe Joyce is going to turn up and actually get the job done in there. And then he could be in line for a world title shot. Now, I don't think many people had that checked in, that Joe Joyce could be a world champion this year, because they could still have time to get that on this year. 3 10-7s for Gassiev this round. It is complete domination. Kadiru not doing too much, and Murat Gassiev showing that he is quite frankly, a level above. And which is, like I said, much expected. But yeah, a lot is gonna change over the next few months in the heavyweight division. Because Usyk, like I say, the belts have fragmented, and MURAT GASSIEV goes down. This is exactly what the fight needed. Kadiru is back in this one, putting MURAT GASSIEV down. Long time left in the round. Can he push on and get another knockdown? But yeah, like I was saying, the belts have been fragmented, and there's not a clear path for anyone. Daniel Dubois with the WBO, Moses Talma and Frank Sanchez look set to fight for the vacant IBF. Ajit Kabayel's been elevated in the WBC, and MURAT GASSIEV has been elevated in the WBA. Tyson Fury is set to fight Anthony Joshua as that round comes to an end. That will most likely be a 2-fight deal, taking them two out of the title picture. Obviously, Alexander Usyk has no interest in fighting for the titles, I would guess. So it's a real weird space. You've got to fancy Lawrence Okoli to get a shot for that WBA, would be my guess. And then, like I say, who comes next in the IBF? Who knows? Hrgovic is highly ranked, but if he doesn't beat Italma, he'll be out of the running. Fabio Wardley lurking, but we're expected to fight for the WBO, so that kind of takes him out there. So it's a real interesting time, and it will be an interesting end of this year and 2027 as the division tries to get back on track after Alexander Usyk vacating. And what is he going to do next? Is it going to be a Rico Verhoeven fight? It looks likely that, I guess that's what he did, or the Deontay Wilder fight. Everyone's talking about the Deontay Wilder fight. Now what if we're in a mad world where Deontay Wilder goes and knocks? Oh, Kadiru getting another knockdown. I'm talking about Wilder getting a knockout. It's Kadiru who gets the knockout. Very good time for Gassiev though. Somehow the judges still give that to Gassiev. Unbelievable. And the timing of the knockdown really was on his side there, because Kadiru had him in trouble there. Bit of a shock as we head into the 6th. A big lead for Gassiev, but Kadiru now has 2 knockdowns, and Gassiev's not going to be able to keep getting up all night. But yeah, so exciting times in the heavyweight division, and like I say, we have Artem Zelenkov versus Joe Joyce on the undercard as well. A fight I am really looking forward to. But yeah, it's a bit of a quieter time coming up in boxing. Next week we've got Pacheco's out. We also have Harlem Eubank versus Papot. That will probably be the fight that I cover for the C64 series. Oh, good shot there by Gassiev. The best shot he's landed all night. And that is one thing that has shocked me, is Gassiev has not been able to get many power shots off in this one. As that round comes to an end, we will carry on with the schedule in a second. A 10-9 Kadiru and 2 10-7s. So the judge is really not on Kadiru's side today. He is already getting to a point where he will have to get a knockout. But then it all starts July, I believe 20, is it the 24th that Tyson Fury's out? Let's just check it. Yeah, 24th Tyson Fury is out. And then the day after we have Anthony Joshua out. So my plan will be to cover both of them on the simulator. and we'll do a double weekend. And I think by that time that could be for 25 in a row. We will be hoping. And then that weekend, we've got Errol Spence versus Tim Tszyu. So that has got to be one of the biggest boxing weekends that we've ever had. Friday Fury, another good shot by Gassiev. Another good shot. Probably wanted a bit longer in the round there. But yeah, Friday the 24th, Tyson Fury. Saturday the 25th, Anthony Joshua. And Sunday the 26th, Errol Spence versus Tim Tszyu. That is a chocker weekend. I probably will be able to watch all of them as well, because another round for Gassiev there. I believe all three were 10-7. But the Spence-Tszyu fight will be on at like 10 o'clock in the morning in the UK, so that's beautiful. Also got Steve Felton on that card and Charlo's on that card. Zuffa also have the Belanga card that weekend as well. Richardson's, Hitchens. So it's a real good time, and then we move into August, and boxing's usually pretty good in August. So what does people think of this year's boxing? Because it's just been a bit strange. It's been a bit strange. Like, I feel the big fights have avoided us, but it will all be worth it if we can get that Fury versus Joshua fight on the line. As another good shot lands for Murat Gassiev there, but not following up. 10 seconds left in the round. Kadiru, he's getting clipped, but he is not getting hurt too much, which is a shock. I thought Murat Gassiev would have the power edge in this, and it hasn't been the case at all. It really hasn't been the case at all. So let's see what the judges are saying. A bruised rib for Kadiru. 10-7 Gassiev, 10-7 Kadiru, 10-7 Gassiev. So the big lead continues. And one thing I'll say about Gassiev is he's only lost at a very high level, hasn't he? He lost to Alexander Usyk and Otto Wallin. And the Otto Wallin is a strange one and doesn't look as good now in hindsight. But at the time, Gassiev was a real problem for everyone. It was before the Anthony Joshua fight. The only loss he'd had up until that point was the Tyson Fury fight, where it caused him a lot of problems. So, and that was a split decision, a very close fight. So, you know, he is a problem for a lot of people, Murat Gassiev, and that's probably why not a bunch of people have lined up to fight him when it was just a WBA regular. Now it's the outright title. We might see that change. We might see him get more opponents interested in fighting him. That's why I was looking forward to the Tony Yoka fight, because I was really impressed with the knockout victory over Kubrat Pulev by Murat Gassiev. That was a cold knockout. I probably slightly favoured Pulev going into that as well. 3 10-7s for Kadiru there. 3 10-7s. Will the bruised rib be a problem? We are entering the 10th. 3 rounds left. Kadiru, he already knows he can put Gassiev down, so I think Kadiru would have took this, being still in there in the 10th, scoring 2 knockdowns and not being knocked down himself. But yeah, I was excited to see him mix it right at the top of the heavyweight division, Gassiev, because that loss to Otto Wallin also come early in his heavyweight journey. I think he might have been there a little bit, but he obviously stepped up from the cruiser after losing to Alexander Usyk, and now he would have grown into it. He looked big against Pulev as well, and he hit big. So to see him up there with a Tony Yoka would have been fun. And then Joe Joyce, it would have been so nice to see Joe Joyce get that shot. Oh, and Gassiev sends him stumbling as we're talking about Gassiev's power. But them shots are always coming right at the tail end of the round for MURAT GASSIEV. So he's not giving himself time to work on him and close this fight out. But he doesn't need to a 10-9, a 10-8 for Kadiru, and a 10-10. See, and so one of the rounds that Gassiev's hurt him, Kadiru's got the win. But Kadiru is pressuring, so I do agree. I think he should have probably had more rounds in this. It is a 20-point fight, so I think at this point he will need a knockout. He will need a knockout, because yeah, there's 18 points really. I've never seen a 10-6 on it. Oh, but that's the way to go about it. He went low. He hurt Gassiev there. We are getting towards the end, but has he got enough time to knock him out? A round and a half left. Oh, but Gassiev returns a favour, and he hurts Kadiru. And again, sends him back. The most exciting round of the fight, and again, a 3 in a row. MURAT GASSIEV doing some fantastic damage. And again wobbled him. What a round this is. What a round this is. They have saved the best till the last. We are going to go in to the last round after the most exciting round of the fight. Both men coming to life. Both men hurting each other. What will the final round entail? And what will the scorecard say for that one? Because that was wild. Gassiev done a lot of damage. I think, Gassiev round. I agree. I can't believe the broken rib has held up this whole time as well. I cannot believe. Here we go. Straight into the fight. Both men meeting in the middle. Both men swinging. Oh, good shot by Gassiev. Kadiru needs the knockout for the win. Gassiev would like the knockout to cement his place at the top of the division as he puts Kadiru down. Kadiru gets back up. They'll go back to their corners and they will meet again. 30 seconds left in this fight. A decent fight, I think. Oh, Kadiru puts Gassiev down. What a final round. What a final 2 rounds it has been in this fight. It really has come to life, and another good shot by MURAT GASSIEV there. Yeah, the final 2 rounds, the rest of the fight was a bit... Like the knockdowns, they were okay, but these final 2 rounds, this is what we like. This is what we like to see for sure. If you switched off earlier, I don't blame you, as another good shot lands right on the bell. Really good end to the fight. Really good end to the fight. We know who's won. MURAT GASSIEV getting the win on all 3 judges' scorecards. And that is your C64 prediction. A lopsided 334 to 296 victory for MURAT GASSIEV. That is your C64 prediction.